And now the news in detail. Her Excellency, the First Lady Fatoumata Barrow, accompanied by the Vice President, Ajaratu Fatoumata Jammeh Tambajang, arrived early Tuesday morning at Niamey International Airport to attend ECOWAS First Ladies Forum. The meeting focuses on women's reproductive health, child protection, and gender-based violence. The First Lady and delegation were received by Niger's Ministers of Foreign Affairs, Gender Affairs, and Public Service Reform, and a representative of the First Lady of the host country. Now, deputies of the National Assembly Tuesday adopted 2 motions for the establishment of an inter-parliamentary friendship group between the National Assembly and the National People's Congress of the People's Republic of China, as well as the inter-parliamentary friendship group between the National Assembly and the Grand National Assembly of Turkey. Well, Yorojalo attended the proceedings and filed in this news report.
Friendship group between China and the Gambia will further cement political and cultural ties between the 2 countries.
It is a fact that the People's Republic of China has always been a friend to the Gambia, and this can be attested to by the numerous assistance being provided by the Chinese government. Honorable Speaker Ma, noting the resumption of diplomatic ties between the countries, a new chapter has started in our political mutual trust, economic and trade cooperation, as well as people-to-people relations.
Honorable Mo revealed that the move will also enhance cooperation in the diplomatic arena and experience sharing in the areas of governance, legislative support, development assistance, and exchange of programs, among others. The member for Nyamina East, Honorable Omar Sise, stressed the need for the 2 sides to support each other on issues of mutual interest, both bilateral and multilateral.
Now having this change, having the opportunity to have mutual relationship, if other countries, despite whatever, they are calling us to build that mutual relationship with them, I see no way out. I, for one, rejecting such a mutual relationship. Here, the point is not only to build the relationship, but there are so many factors. As long as the relationship is concerned, we need to involve into or embark on.
The member for Lower Badibu, Honorable Alaji Jawara, Honorable Halifa Salah of Serekunda, member for Jara East, Senate Ture, Sidia Jata of Woolly West, all Yundums, Abdullah Sise and Amadou Kamara of Nyanija, and nominated member Honorable Ndei Seka were among host of deputies who hailed the initiative as timely, saying China, as a developed country, has a great potential to support the country's key sectors such as agriculture, fisheries, infrastructure, and tourism. Deputies also debated another motion on the reactivation of an inter-parliamentary friendship group between the National Assembly and the Grand National Assembly of Turkey. The majority leader and member for Kombo South, Honorable Kebake Barrow, said the motion seeks to reactivate the inter-parliamentary friendship group and to make it more vibrant. The initiative, he added, will also represent the interests of the National Assembly through the already existing cordial relationship between Banjul and Ankara.
The 2 countries have been great friends and cooperating since independence on all sectors of our economy, such as agriculture, technical assistance, ICT, infrastructure, and tourism. The 2 legislatures therefore should be poised to provide the much-needed legal and policy support to enhance the programmatic cooperation to benefit our 2 people.
Seconding the motion, the member for Serekunda, Honorable Halifa Salah, said the reactivation of the friendship between the 2 legislatures will promote cooperation and mutual support in key areas such as development cooperation, legislative support, and further boost the people-to-people relations. Several deputies also took turn to express their support to the motion. Sittings continue tomorrow. For GRTS News, this is Yero Jalo reporting.
Surah Dajane, chairman of the Jane Commission, officials from the National Environment Agency and the Department of Geology have visited various mining sites within the coastal towns of Tujareng, Sanyang, and Katong to assess and see firsthand the damage caused by mining activities undertaken by ex-President Jammeh. Well, Saini Marina now reports.
fact-finding mission is part of the Commission effort to ascertain the level of damage caused to the Gambian economy and environment. Ex-President Yahya Jammeh and his close associate had taken total control of the mining sector, undertaking activities that were largely unknown to Gambians. At the first port of call in the Batokunku mining area situated around Tujere, the commission was taken on a tour of the mining site, whilst community leaders, including the village Alcalo, explained how the ex-president used his power and influence to rob the people of the benefit derived from their natural resources. Tony Gatas, a close business associate of Jammeh, who is managing several businesses in the Gambia, was part of the tour. He denied allegations of community neglect and asserted that they had fulfilled their corporate social responsibilities by building roads and planting trees.
We have to rehabilitate the area after mining. That's all what we did. And we put extra cashew. They destroy it. This is not also, we cannot follow up that.
Sorry, before the Alcali comes, you said Gambia Road did the road. Which road? This road?
The, rehabilitation for this road, from the highway down to the beach. Yes. Several times.
When was this done?
That was between 2009 and 2014.
Karamo Bojang is the village head of Tujere. He explained the impact of continuous mining in his community.
You know, we had series of meetings with geology and tell them what these guys are doing. We don't like it, you know, and then we make an effort to really stop them.
According to officials from Geological Department, Gambia has limited natural resources consisting of titanic, rutile, ilmenite, tin, and silica sand. The commission tour party also visited areas with high mineral concentration. These locations are particular interest zone for many investors, and Jammeh had willfully exploited them.
As a result of quarrying and mining operations, NEA was involved because being the coordinating institution, geology, other stakeholders. We all visited the sites. At the end of the day, we came up with recommendations as to how best to rehabilitate each site.
At Tujering, we drove to Sanyang and Katong, where white and black sand were previously mined by Tony Gatas and his company, APAM. A leftover of 4,000 metric tons of black sand was found here in Sanyang. Officials say the sand deposit is being shipped by APAM to China. What happened to Gambia's missing millions, including those from the mining sector, may not be entirely clear, and the extensive damage caused is seemingly immeasurable. But a committed commission of inquiry is leaving no stone unturned to uncover the true story behind the illegal exploitation of the country's mineral resources. Gambian authorities are yet to determine how much money the country generated from such mining activities. For GRTS News, I am Seni M.K. Maren.
Well, from that now to petroleum. The Petroleum and Energy Minister and stakeholders in investment promotion Tuesday held a consultative forum for upstream petroleum operations in the Gambia. Farujan Mbaye was with them, and this is her report.
The Ministry of Petroleum and Energy and key institutions in the investment promotion held a consultative meeting to scout local content for upstream petroleum operations in the Gambia. The brief ceremony was organized to seek ideas from stakeholders on optimizing benefits of the petroleum sector.
This consultation meeting is to meet the stakeholders that are key players to the operations of petroleum, and indeed in the near future the upstream and indeed downstream of the sector.
The platform saw participants discussing areas such as local content within the context of knowledge and technology transfer, capacity development, training, procurement of goods and services, including the engagement of local participation and partnerships.
GRTS position has always been cleared, and we are strategically advocating changing our act a little bit to make sure that we incorporate local content in everything that we do, not limiting to just petroleum, but in all aspects of investments. Our role and our responsibility at GRTS is we promote investment opportunity. Now, this is by the act. We also have other factors that we promote. We promote entrepreneurship through our enterprise development, export, and we also have advocacy unit as well.
Aliu Seka, Chief Executive Officer of the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, said the consultative meeting is vital in depth. It will outline pathway for Gambian businesses and the public to participate in the sector under Sections 42 and 43 of the Petroleum Exploration and Production Act.
We are expecting to introduce the sector at large to feature stakeholders, to show them what we are doing, what we are expecting in the future, and indeed talk to them about regulations and the role of government and the role of the private sector in participating in this new endeavor of oil exploration and exploitation.
By ensuring local content through regulation, petroleum endowed countries can
wells, the types of wells, you have vertical, you have horizontal, you have deviated wells. I mean, with advance in technologies, these are becoming more common features.
The key message from the consultative forum is the need to embrace and promote local content in the promotion of the Gambia's upstream oil and gas industry. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Fatou Janembai.
The Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and the UNICEF Country Office have joined the rest of the world to commemorate the 2017 World's Largest Lesson. Leo Mendy reports on the global initiative designed for students to learn about the goals and roles they can play in helping the world to reach the Sustainable Development Goals.
Food is the focus of the 2017 World's Largest Lesson. The theme is asking children the world over to think about how their food choices impact on sustainable development goals.
This year, the lessons will focus on Goal 1, that is no poverty, Goal 2, zero hunger, Goal 3, good health and well-being, Goal 12, responsible consumption and production, Goal 13, climate action, and Goal 17, partnership. Discussion on these goals will help students understand the framework of the global goals, increase awareness of global hunger and its related problems.
Noosa Senior Secondary School hosted this year's country event.
It is my fervent belief, ladies and gentlemen, that for the well-being of individuals and societies, the SDGs must be promoted through partnership from all.
The 2017 World Largest Lesson Forum was also an opportunity for children to reflect on where their foods are coming from, how food production methods impact on the water systems and the climate change, as well as create awareness about food and eating habits.
It is asking you to practice healthy eating, to reduce wastage, eliminating plastic packaging, and checking on the practice of food producers.
Observed the 4th of October every other year, the world's largest lesson was initiated as a platform for students to learn about the goals and roles they can play in the global strive to reach sustainable development goals.
In the Gambia, 22.9% of children under 5 are chronically malnourished, while 10.3% are acutely malnourished. In the same way, 64% of children under 5 suffer from vitamin A deficiency and 73% are anemic. This is because they are not regularly eating fruits and vegetables, which are the main source of micronutrients.
The country event was championed by the Education Ministry under the Basic and Secondary Education Directorate.
In the country, last year, over 2,500 students across the nation participated in the lessons. This year, we are hoping the same number of students would participate in this year's lessons.
Meanwhile, this video of a vulture in Sudan eyeing an emancipated girl and how drought in Ethiopia one time affected farming and others were all meant to stimulate the minds of children as the world continues to desire their roles in the attainment of sustainable development goals.
Yeah, what I learned about the video is that agriculture is the best way for us to sustain ourselves. So let's make best use of the land that we have, that God provides for us to sustain ourselves. Because through agriculture, that we can attain the second goal that says zero to hunger.
The country's 2017 world's largest lesson was funded by UNICEF. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
The University of the Gambia Students' Union recently held a symposium to raise awareness of the effects of hepatitis and aflatoxin. Health personnel say the two are to blame for the rising cases of liver cancer in the country. By Ibrahim Cham attended the forum and filed in this news report. Well, looks like that report by Ibrahim Cham will come in later in the news. Now, people use bicycles purposely to run errands, perhaps the cheapest means of transport. But a youngster is using these means of transportation in a different way. Silas Gomez is using the bike to raise awareness, to raise fund for charitable organizations. Amir Sanyang has more in this story.
Cycling for charity and a determined commitment to support social initiatives illustrates the greatest passion of Silas Gomez. His enthusiasm for biking began at a very tender age, and now, in his late 20s, Silas is still cycling across delightful landscapes and beautiful scenery. For the keen biker, cycling offers a lot of good that comes in a vast range. Silas has toured many places in the country with his bicycle, which has become his way of seeing the world and expanding his global horizon. Yet the most exciting bit is meeting people and making new friends. People generally regard cycling differently, but Silas sees it as a unique opportunity to make greater sense of the world and even better contribute to the promotion of philanthropic programs he supports.
To put more meaning to what I'm doing, I said, wow, I could also use this opportunity to help people that needed it. So I had a list of charitable organizations like Govi. But Govi was the first organization I contacted, and they showed interest in it. And after having a series of meetings, we agreed to work together.
Owning a bicycle is easier and cheaper than other means of transport. For Silas, it's the perfect means of travel as he initiates plans to embark on a nationwide tour. Silas Gomez has turned his passion for cycling into an inspiring, innovative and promising initiative, a groundbreaking social undertaking that could see the youngster go on a landmark expedition across the world.
Well, after my cycling tour, of course, Senegal. If I'm going out, Senegal will be the first country. I want to go around Senegambia first. And then I have other plans, not only just riding cycle around the world, but if I can still continue using it to help.
This is a unique and ambitious dream Silas intends to actualize as his next big cycling project, a world tour with his bicycle, biking from one country to another. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Aminata Sanyang.
Well, as we wish Silas all the best of luck, we'll take a break. When we return, go with sports. We'll be right back. Just stay with us.
It's back again. Yes! Last year, we gave away a brand new Hyundai Accent. This year, we are giving out a Hyundai Tucson 4-wheel. Isn't that cool? For a limited time only, you can stand a chance of winning bags of rice, onions, sugar, and 20 liters of pure vegetable cooking oil by maintaining a deposit balance of $10,000 to $50,000 in your GT Bank account for 3 months. And when you deposit over $50,000, you could win a motorcycle, fridge freezer, or a 32-inch LED TV. and even more. Maintain over $200,000 in your GT Bank account from April to December and stand a chance to win a brand new Hyundai Tucson or catch a return ticket to Dubai plus $2,000 pocket money or a bedroom set. So start saving now and be a winner with GT Bank. GT Bank, save and win. Terms and conditions apply. GT.
MS Jallo and his cameraman were caught up in trouble, and he now tells us the story of two colleagues who found themselves on opposing sides.
Football has the tendency to turn best of friends into rivals for 90 minutes. This was the case at the East Combo District Football Final, where Ansu Kujabi and Ibrahim Jata found themselves on opposing sides. Colleagues at the Gambia Radio and Television Services, the duo came to support their respective villages. Ansu is from Fraba Bantang, and Ibrahim is a native of Jiboro, the two villages contesting the East Combo Football Crown, sponsored by Petroleum Sports Foundation. The friendship at work was temporarily put aside as the two were caught on camera, arguing before the game, with both of them boasting of victory. But little did they know the final will end in violence. The game got off to a blistering pace. The first half was an explosive affair as both sides displayed some quality football. Jiboro should have taken the lead from this chance, but it was wasted. They finally took the lead moments later from this free kick. Yankuba Jallo's powerful shot pierced through the wall into the back of the net. That was a brilliant free kick. The technique, the pace, and the precision of the strike was top class. And Ibrahima strikes the first blow at Ansumana, but Jiboro's lead lasted for only 2 minutes when Faraba Bantang hit back from the penalty spot after a Jiboro player handled the ball inside the box, and the central referee pointed to the spot. A nervous moment for these two. Seni Baji kept his cool to level the tie in the 22nd minute. The exciting first half ended 1-1, but when the two teams were about to return for the second half, violence broke out at the other side of the football field. GRTS Sports cannot independently verify the cause of the crowd trouble. As a result, the game was forced to abandon, much to the disappointment of the organizing committee and the sponsors.
Well, we are disappointed. Initially, we are happy that we wanted to be associated with Combo East football. But with this thing, we do not want to be associated with things like this. We know it's not the fault of the committee; they are disappointed. It's the fault of some, people who don't want to see the game proceed in a civilized way. I would say that we are definitely very, very much disappointed, and we hope this thing doesn't repeat itself.
Petroleum Sports Foundation has in the past few years been supporting community football in different parts of Combo, but such behaviors are now becoming a concern. The East Combo District Sports Committee will now have to sit over the matter and decide on the outcome.
This final was meant to be a very enjoyable contest between Jiboro and Faraba Bantang after the two sides had initially played a 1-1 draw in the first encounter. As you can see, football enthusiasts from far and near came to witness this pulsating encounter between the two villages. But unfortunately, the fans who came here hoping to see beautiful football and enjoy themselves has to leave the stadium in a hurry. As you can see, stones as big as this or even bigger than this were being pelted on the fans, and people have to run for their safety. It is rather very unfortunate this kind of incident has to happen. Mohamed Jallo, GRTS Sports.
Also good to know that none of our crew members were harmed. And now, the Minister of Youth and Sports Wednesday visited the Kanifing municipality as part of his tour of sports institutions across the country. Modulamin Sane was with the delegation, and this is his report.
Sports continued their nationwide tour with a courtesy call on the mayor's office in the Kanifing municipality. Here, the Youth and Sport Minister and his team convened an exclusive dialogue with the youth of the KMC, who raised concerns and made recommendations for intervention to the Minister.
National Sport Council, National Youth Council, and the National Scheme Services. They have already trained so many young people on skills and other things. And every year the University of the Gambia will graduate more than 1,000 students from them. But actually from that training and from the university, what are they doing? Nothing, absolutely. I think this is the time that we have to change. And the Ministry of Youth and Sport, on your leadership, Honorable Minister, you need to open your door with the young people. Sit with us, let's have the dialogue with you. Any issue that is affecting us, we need to bring it to your door.
I want to appeal on behalf of the young people of the Gambia to say, sports shall never develop until and unless the structures are available, because for me, the skills are there.
Minister at the Serekunda West Park, the minister also held another brief meeting with the Gambia Paralympic basketball team. This is a team that deserves support in all forms as they endeavor to raise the Gambian flag high, according to Minister Gomez.
These wonderful guys surrounding me, you know, so it's really touching because they are part and parcel of us. And sometimes they can even do better than you and me. And let we take them as our own brothers and sisters. And in my ministry, they are part and parcel of the national cake.
Assuring the use of his continued support, the minister reaffirmed that his ministry will stand firm to empower young people in all walks of life.
I listen to them very carefully, and I respect their ideas. And I am going to work with them hand in glove. Let the youth come and help me to work out a plan. Let all stakeholders take their responsibilities. And if they don't take their responsibilities, I will take it for them.
The Youth and Sports Store continues with programs in Lower, Upper and Central River regions. Reporting for GRTS Sports, I am Modlamin Sane.
With a report from Modu Lamin Sane, we'll come to the end of this newscast. But before we take leave of you, the headlines once more.